Everybody, it's great to have you here, and thank you so much for joining. Woohoo! Exactly. So the invitation to this event basically said that I was talking to featured guests. The truth is, you are the featured guests. As Bill pointed out, by now we're all feeling a bit like family. And what do family do after a vacation? They fight, and they force their kids to look at all the pictures, right? They force our friends to say, take a look at me, I'm in Antarctica. So what we thought about doing is trying to sort of, in fact, maybe even Oprah style, ask you what your experiences were. You're the featured guests. And so we've asked you to upload some of your images. And we'll click through, we put this up and I'm rolling around on this boat and we will click through them. And what I'll try to do is I'll try to come to you with a microphone to have you tell us maybe your experiences if you want. And if you don't want, that's okay. We'll have a conversation about in this time when we actually have time to think, we're not jumping on another boat, to process what just happened over the course of these days, all right? Before we get to that, there was a request by some of you to ask what the hell led to all of this. So why don't we ask? Daniel Fox, why don't you come up here for a minute? I hope it's okay to ask you this.
Yes.
Because it was such a real moment. Mm-hmm. At the beginning of all of this, there was a moment when you were thanking everyone for what was about to happen and to be able to pull this off, where you really had to catch yourself. And this actually just happened a short time ago, where it really meant so much to you. So I guess the first question is, how long have you been dreaming of something like this happening?
A long time ago. Very long time ago. Like for all the pieces of the puzzle to come together, right? I'm 50 years old and a couple months, and this is not my first attempt to put something of that nature, but it's the first time that all the pieces came together. And for me, this captures really, I think that people have noticed by now, it doesn't take me a lot to trigger my emotions, because ultimately I'm in love with the human story. And every time the human story is able to shine through all the most tragic moments, right? I think that's the beauty of who we are as our species. We're able to transform the most horrific times in our lives into an opportunity for growth. So what we do is storytelling, and that for me gets me.
Mm-hmm. And so to understand how you develop this love for the human story, I started asking some people who are very close to you some questions. And one of them, your mother, Denise, mentioned a couple of things. She said that you were an explorer at the age of 4, in her view. That you always pushed the limits, not doing what the other kids were doing, always sort of going your own way. And I think, understandably, this made you feel sometimes very misunderstood. And was this need for a framework, for personal transformation, this love, this discussion about connection, which we get from nature, can we attribute that thing to some degree for why we are all in this room?
I think it's funny, I ask that question a lot to others when they do something special. Can you find who in your lineage, who had that spirit?
Where are you? Stand up. This is Denise, Daniel's mother, a pediatric nurse.
I think that her life would have been a lot different had she been born in a different time.
She said she tried to raise you to have the freedom
Yeah.
that she didn't get.
Yeah.
And she said, actually, just a few moments ago to me, that she's only just now realizing how much you are like her.
Oh, we're two of the same. We're exactly the same.
And
we cry the same. And we went through, like, we didn't speak for 20 years, 10, 15 years. I was the black sheep of the family. I wanted more. I was always curious. I was never afraid to push the boundaries. And, you know, it ruffles a lot of feathers. But, you know, there's a call for knowledge to find out more. And that is what has always been driven, even or nurture when I was younger. My mother was always like, there's no right or wrong. There's what you want to start. And we're there to kind of guide you. But that sense of curiosity has been given to me. It's not something that I developed. It's been given to me. And, you know, Neil was talking about he feels the duty to share that, because that's not something that he developed, right? That's something also that's been given to him. And because it's been given to me, I feel the duty of doing this and driving these visions.
So sharing it from your mother to you to all of us in this room and beyond. And so in 2020, as I understand it from someone else, there was a cocktail napkin moment where you're writing down ideas on a cocktail napkin, and this came up.
Well, she was writing. My wife was writing.
But there's a lot of things. Because you must have been talking.
I mean, there's a lot of things. Yes.
Let me write it down.
I have so many napkins that I've written in my life that have become nothing. But I think that what happened in my last 10 years that is different is the people who have come in my life who have helped me transform those napkins into something. My wife is a huge part of it. You know, it takes two to tango, and then you find these people. I was someone who moved a lot. I was a nomad, and I enjoyed this opportunity to jump momentarily into other people's life. But I always thought I was the great uncle, right? I came in and did a little something. But at the same time, I could never get to the second base or the third base. But it's when I got married.
And you got to all the bases.
And I...
Good job. Good job.
I allowed the roots to start to set in. And my wife was that first piece, and then the rest. She helped me reconnect with my mother. And then that energy started to take root. And then, you know, Bill and Chris, and you find that tribe, that team. There's so much that you can do by yourself, but there's so much that you cannot do if you don't go beyond, right? And this is what I got to experience.
And I think Tristan doesn't love the spotlight, but her organizational skills were key in all of this.
Absolutely.
I think we need to give it up for Tristan. And P.S., her mother is also here.
Yes.
Right? And can I just see where Mom is? Is Mom anywhere in the room? She's taking a nap. You know, how old is your mother? 82 years old. Okay, well, she deserves it. So let her have it.
You know, we are great when things go great, but we're defined by the hardships of life. You meet people at a specific time, and then shit happens. Life happens. And the strength of who we are is, how do we go through these periods? And what are the motivations that makes you get up and stay there in the worst of times, right? Tristan and I, we got married. And something attracted to both of us in that moment. And life decided to take it to somewhere else. We went through a lot of stuff, and this, if this was not enough, we decided to throw this on top of that. We work together, we live together, and you know, I think that our relationship.
Yeah, in fact, to jump in there, think I saw the two of you holding hands walking along the
Always.
beach on Deception Island.
Always.
So apparently you overcame a lot and you are still overcoming, and that's fantastic. It's fantastic to witness.
I had no white hair when we got married. I had a wish. I always loved the gray look. And I wanted that look, but I didn't ask how to get the look. So I got myself a life
You
of...
earned your stripes, baby.
Yes,
You
thank
earned.
you.
So when we think about then this transformational piece, you know, I think this is the thing, and we'll be talking about this as we look at the images that people are sharing, your images that you've shared in this conversation that we're having today. You know, it's hard to quantify. I think each one of us are going to be thinking about, you know, how have we been changed? It's hard to imagine not being changed by this experience. How would you talk about the healing power of interacting with something as wondrous as we've been interacting on this trip?
I want people to reconnect with what we can do, not with what we've done. It's easy to look back. Hindsight is always 20/20. You should have, could have, all these things. But the power of community, the power of what we do by embracing new frontiers, celebrating the human experience and elevating the conversation, is that we get to find the best of us in those moments. There's a lot of things that happen on that ship that will take time. Right? I was talking to Sarisha. Where are you, Sarisha? I don't want to put you on the spot. But she was like, you know, I needed this. And I'm pretty sure that she's not alone. Right? The community is there for that. To scoop you up in those moments where you think it's not going to happen. I have this theory why in Europe and other cultures and society, meals are really important. Meals and food are really important. Is because when everything has been taken away from you, the things that you took for granted, tragedies and everything, if you can't come together and break bread, there's no issues, right? And you come out of these moments and you create that ritual to remind you that, yeah, shit can happen. What we have today will disappear tomorrow. But in that moment, in that table, magic happens. And I think there was so many moments where that magic happened at the table, everywhere, on the Zodiac. You guys were part of it, instigating that. But I think that is, like, I think that each of us have gotten that thing that makes us go, okay, I think that the next 4 or 5 years, the next 10 years are going to be fine.
That's right. So, like food, go ahead. You can clap for him. Like food, this trip has been soul fulfilling. Yeah. I think that's a fair. It's also sparked something else. I think it certainly has in me and some of the people I've spoken to, and that is a sense about when you start to fall in love with someone, or when you start to fall in love with a place, an idea, you want to take care of it, you want to nurture it. So I come away with a greater sense of responsibility, not a heavy one, but a joyful one. And you know, you can't fix but what have we learned that we can walk away from, that we're smarter and better and how to love this place more. And I've learned a couple of things about you know, fish oil and krill and farm foods, and of course there's a whole long list that people who really love the environment want us to think about. And so I'm wondering, you know, what do you say to people? And people have asked me, you know, what do you think? I want to know, you're an explorer. You've gone out into the world and you've loved it from many different points of view. How do you think about this idea of carrying with you forward a way to take care of these places that you love so much, that heal you so much?
Our species doesn't do well with concepts. I mean, as much as we want to think of ourselves as that we know, therefore we can do, it's actually a huge mistake. We need to experience things. Our entire body is an organism to feel things, right? If I put myself, and we've seen it, if you take an animal or a species and you put them into a cave, they will change because the reciprocity disappears. Right?
So what's the change, do you think, in terms of what we felt here?
Yeah.
Is this awe.
That seed.
Right.
Right? That seed,
Where does that go?
Connection.
What do you think that goes?
There's no right or wrong. Everybody will take it where they can and want and will. Right? The only thing, in all my years of working with people, all I've come to understand is that my role is to create that opportunity and show the tools that are available. I can't tell people what to do. They have their own journey. They have their own realities to deal with. That's the way it is. But I can create that space so that they can experience something. It's that seed. I mean, children are much easier to work with because you know that if you can nudge that boat slightly, at the beginning, that is a huge difference, further down. Parents, as you get older, it becomes harder and harder. But then they can influence other people around them. We're 250-something voyagers, and each of us now has that seed. And each of us, we're going to go out and we're going to spread the impact of that experience, right? That is powerful. That's what this is about. I've said earlier, when we're up there, like, you did not want to come back here, but then your children happened. Celine did not want to come back here, and then Felix happened. So that's what these moments, the seeds, and it's a domino effect.
I found out from one of the crew guys that this boat, when it drops us off, will have like a short number of hours to turn around and go back out.
Yep.
And when it goes back out, it will not go back out with the same kind of programming that this thing has been. This kind of, and this is a first of its kind, as I understand it. So then it's kind of almost like a TED Talk on space kind of a thing. It is. So, right? Kind of, right? So would we agree with that?
I mean,
yeah, I've been here, last night I was listening to, Brian talking about Einstein's, string theory. I was like, whoa, I can't keep up, he talks really fast. And I think.
And it has hands, and the hands.
He's fantastic. He's fantastic. And of course, everybody else. I mean, you've learned so much, right? So is this the idea? Is this the last final
Absolutely
frontier,
not.
or are we going to keep going with this?
No. This is the beginning.
And by the way, the people who are going to go back out, they're not going to have this programming that we've had.
No. This is Tristan and I and the team, Future Space, like, it's a big vision. We want to be that platform that redefines the narrative of how we move forward. I mean, I know that, the elevator pitch, we want to be the next TED. We want to be the next Davos. And it's not just this, but it's going to be, events during Fashion Week in New York, or during our Basel in Miami, or in different places. It's going to be a Space to Safari. It's going to be, the idea is to bring that conversation about embracing all these things ahead of us and trying to bring to that same table all these different audiences that usually stay separated, right? The environmental movement, it's really easy for the environmental movement to pump themselves and talk about degrees and all this, but it goes in circle, right? For the rest of for the others, it's a different narrative, it's a different conversation. We did this dinner during TED. We had half of the table that was pro-space and half the table that was against space. Everybody came to the table thinking that it would be there for 15 minutes, and then they would leave. We had to kick them out after 3 hours because they all realized that they were in the same thing. They were trying to find solution on the same side. That's what we're trying to do.
So you're trying to create these dialogues in places that people wouldn't expect. I mean, you just made a list there that I can't even fathom. Denise, this is your son. You said it. He's a guy who goes, the world goes this way, he's going that way. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. And I hope with all these other projects, Tristan, hang in there. That's all I got to say. You got a lot going on. Okay, so thank you, Daniel. I think what we're going to do now is you want to hang tough here.
Oh, yeah, I'm a photographer, so now I'm going to be judging photography.
Yeah, okay, so what we're doing now is, let me go over here to the clicker. Oh, great, thank you so much. Thanks, Alex. So you guys have uploaded, so what I'm going to do, Tracy, where are you? Your photograph. Tracy, okay, I'm going to be like Oprah. I'm running back here to Tracy. Okay, Tracy, tell me about where this was and why you took it and why you love it.
Well, this picture was early in the voyage. I'm not quite sure where we were, but I am not I don't take a lot of pictures. I just don't. I'm one who likes to commit things to memory that I'm going to have there forever. But when I turned around and saw this, I said, well, this embodies everything. This is the boat where we will be our home for the next several days. The water that we're on, the land that we're visiting, most of all, the beam from above that shows protection on it all. So I just committed that, not only mentally memory, I actually took my gloves off and pulled out my phone and took this picture because I want to remember it forever.
Thank you, Tracy. Great photograph. Wow. Okay, now we have Carlito Fire Garcia. Where are you, Carlito? Are you here? Okay. Okay, you got Daniel's microphone. So Carlito, tell us about this photograph. What's in it, and why did you love this photograph? Why did you want to share it?
So this photo was on Deception Island on Whalers Bay. We're coming back to the boat, and we were joined by about 4 chin straps that were walking with us. One of them stopped, looked back at my son. He looked at him, and I was like, look at this. This is nature meet human, human meet nature.
Oh, this is nature and nurture then. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much, Carlito. Okay, we're changing the picture. Mark, where are you, Mark? Okay, I'm coming back. Yay, Mark.
Okay, so we were out in the Melchior Islands on the Zodiac, and we just looked at the base, and then this humpback was out in the distance, just breaching and going back down and coming up and going back down, and I was taking some pictures, and this one just seemed to grab the majesty of it with its tail. And
It's a beautiful photograph, actually. Really, really good photograph. Okay, we've got, hey, Rochelle Ellis, what the heck? How'd you get this picture? Where are you? Oh, here's a mic coming at you, Rochelle. Wow, nice.
All right, so this was a photo taken on a Zodiac as we were just maneuvering, actually by Elephant Island. So this was on our first trek. And yeah, it was just one of those moments of joy and glee, and it felt like it matched my spirit of being on this journey.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, and now we're doing, and I'm changing. Oh. Wrong place? Big button in the middle. I'm trying to change it, but it's not changing. Help me out. Maybe technical. Okay, Rochelle. Where are you, Rochelle? Go ahead. Oh, here's a mic over here coming at you. Rochelle, tell us about this. Oh, wow. Is this your mom in here?
Yeah, that's my mom. She's up in the room resting right now. I'm emotional.
Yeah. Rachel, I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. And talk to me about the feelings how much it means to you to have your mom here.
She's 80 years old.
Yeah.
Her health isn't great.
Yeah.
I almost lost her this year.
Yeah, she's been actually the one who's been driving. She's not been able to walk.
Yeah,
And yet
she's
she still came.
very limited. She still came. I saw Neil in San Antonio, and he mentioned this in May. And the next day I said, hey, Mom, let's go.
Wow, way to go. Bravo to your mom. What's your mom's name?
Rosemary.
Rosemary, okay, Rosemary.
And
Fantastic.
I've been through a lot this year. She's been through a lot this year. This picture was at the top of the hike, and that was very hard for me. I really had to push to get to the top, and it was just worth it.
Fantastic. Rachel, give me 5. Awesome, good. They're all cheering for you, Rachel. Thank you so much. And thanks for sharing your picture. Do you want to change that for me? Yeah, great. We got Gabe. Where are you, Gabe? Gabe's our journalism student who comes from American University. He's right there in the back. And he's an up and coming. Pay attention. Go, Gabe. Tell me about your picture.
Well, obviously, it's really easy to just, take a ton of photos. And so I was really trying to focus on, okay, I'm not going to fill up my memory card and make it really hard to edit later. I'm going to look for like a couple small moments. And so this penguin was standing on the edge and kind of looking over. And I was like, I think he's going to jump. So I focused on this one for a little bit and got lucky that he decided to head into the water.
That's right. That's like Henri Cartier-Bresson talks about the decisive moment, knowing when to click just at the right moment. Fantastic. Well done, Gabe. Okay. Carrie and Barbara, where are you? Carrie and Barbara, you here? Yep, they're over there. Here we go. Okay, tell us about, oh, look at that. Thumbs up.
Well, I think that my feeling of this moment was that we almost cried just thinking about just being here, and we are so grateful. And this was just a moment to express our love and our joy for being here. This has been incredible.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that photograph. Okay, now we've got Phil. Phil, who has made a name for himself with his Metallica shirts, one after another. He's got one on again. Here we go.
Hi, I earned a reputation for the Christmas metallic shirts, I guess. So I did not want to do this. And every single one of you in this room spent 2 weeks being like, you got to do it, 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 you got to do it. And poor Jeremy will attest to hearing me go, oh, I guess I'll do it. No, I won't. I guess I'll do it. And I decided the only way I was going to jump in was to have something to focus on, and so I focused on how to make it a cool photo.
Maybe the coolest photo, like literally the coolest photo. Oh my God. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, you've got a mic. Go.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Captain Stargo, Defender of the United States Air Force and the galaxy. Actually, this photo, I have to give it up for Gabe. This is our up and coming, right there from our university. He's the one that captured this moment. I appreciate you. I want to give a shout out to him. This right here, intentionally was doing the flying squirrel. So I think officially this has become my spirit animal. And this was my first polar plunge. So it meant a lot to me. I wanted to do it. But again, I could not have done any of this without the exceptional Daniel and Tristan for giving me the opportunity to join them. So thank you for making this experience possible.
It's an honor to have you.
Okay.
I like you too. I'm always looking outside. I mean, yes. But look at Laura's face here. She's like, this is gonna hurt.
Okay, next photo is, are you pushing the button? He's been lost in the photo. Scott, where are you, Scott? Raise your hand. Okay, you got a microphone right over there. Wow.
Hi, everybody. You know, I had a hard time not taking pictures on this this trip. I took so many, and I've just been trying to edit them down. And this is when we were trying to break through the ice, and I just thought it captured just the vastness of Antarctica. And I just kept on using the word magical and spiritual. And I thought just seeing the cracks start, you know, just was representative of sort of our voyage, just like moving forward, no matter what it was. So.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thanks, Scott.
Can I share something quickly?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because I don't
Share
wanna
something
take-
quickly.
So many times as a photographer, people have come to me and said, you know, they give me their phone. It's like, is that a good photo? Is not a good photo? I'm not the one to say it's a good photo or not a bad photo. It's like, what is that photo means to you? Is it good for you? Then that's good. It could be all different ways. We live in an amazing times where we can take as many photos as you want. But it comes with a burden. We create a lot of junk. So I give workshops about photography, and here's my biggest advice to you. Take as many photos as you want, but then delete, delete, delete. Delete the junk. If these moments are valuable to you, then create value. The irony is that all these moments that are valuable to us, we devalue those same moments by taking so many photos of them, right? So take photos, delete. When you delete, it makes you choose on what you like and what you don't like. So it forces you to make a decision. So the next time you take a photograph, your brain, your eye doesn't see the same way. Also, you've been through all the deleting. You understand how much time it takes to delete. So you're more mindful. You're more in the moment.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
All right.
And that said, this is a good photograph because you've got third, you got a story.
She's
you got
good.
an
She's been
angle.
handling a lot of it.
Yeah, and also it comes, you shoot with your eye, you shoot with your heart, and you shoot with your brain, and that has all three. So, okay, change pictures. We got Ken. Ken Chapman, where are you? Okay, come on. Tell us what the heck is going on here, Ken.
Well, that's an elephant seal. But the reason I love this photo is the moment that happened just before this. My wife, Terry's dad, passed away just about a year ago. And Mr. Shatner was on our Zodiac. And I was talking about debating the polar plunge. And I believe I can quote Mr. Shatner, who said, "That's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard." And Terry looked at me and said, "That's my dad. That is my dad. That's exactly what he would have said." So.
That's fantastic. So that must have been sweet for you. Yeah, Trace. Yeah, it's fantastic. She's got tears in her eyes, Bill. So you gave her a little moment. That's nice.
I've been misquoted. That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Okay, we got Mark Winkleman. Where are you, Mark? Are you here? Raise your hand. Do something. Okay. All right. Hey, Mark, there you are. Come on in here. Oprah's coming to you, baby. Come on.
I'm not good with geography, but this was the last place we were on the shore. But this was from a Zodiac, and I just liked those two and the penguin in the back there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And also, the thing that's interesting is so many of you got these images from moving boats. That's actually really hard to do. So, okay, now we're on to Liz. Where are you, Liz? I'm trying to get through as many of these as possible. Here, go ahead, Liz.
All right, so shout out to Nate, the kayak guide, for this photo. This is of me and my mom, and she did not know I was posting this, so she's probably pretty upset with me right now. So my mom is almost 71. Her birthday is the 29th, the day we get back. And she was very afraid of going in the kayak, and she was very afraid of going in the submarine. And she conquered her fears and did both. On the sub side, she's an environmental 50-year educator in high school. She teaches physics, environmental science, and she's got lifelong bad ears. She was born with bad ears, and so she can't scuba dive. And so I knew for the sub, that was the only way she would see the bottom of the deep ocean with her own eyes. She really didn't want to go, but she conquered her fears and had a good time, I think.
Awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. And by the way, she's here too, and she seems to be okay. She's handling this exposure quite well.
Other than me giving her photo to you, which she did not know.
It's only going to be used for this, so don't worry about that. We've got, where are you? Come in here.
That is the bottom of the submersible. When we were coming on board, my husband said, "I'm absolutely doing it," and I said, "I'm absolutely not." So I was proud that I actually did get myself to do it and push myself. But that is what was estimated as a 10,000-year-old sea sponge and a starfish with 40-some legs. But what I thought was really cool was the sea sponge. When I looked it up, it was from the time period when humans were transitioning from hunter-gatherer societies to larger agricultural groups, and it was the end of the last ice age when woolly mammoths and giant sloths were going extinct. So that's when that may have been born.
That's phenomenal. And since most of us never even got a chance to go on this up, so that's fantastic that you shared it with us. Okay, Matt, where are you, Matt? Okay, we got a mic. No, I'm running over there because I don't see a mic. Okay, Gabe's got you. Go on, Matt. What did you take a picture of and why? I see.
Well,
what is
I
that?
like the intrepidness of that little guy as he came swimming towards us, and he sort of reminded me of curiosity and let's check it out no matter how big this thing I'm looking at is. So I just felt a kinship to him at that microsecond and said, that possibly would be me if I was you. So in any case, it was all the pictures I took. I thought it was the one that I felt most resonant. And being on the ship as well with this, everybody with this constant curiousness of all these amazing speakers and all the other people on the boat and their stories. And this whole trip to me is an embodiment of curiosity.
All right.
And that is the definition of
That's
it right
you.
there.
That's right, exactly. It's a fish. It's a fish. There's his eyes. I had to figure it out too. And then there's his mouth, right? Am I wrong? That's right, right? Yeah, okay, good. Okay. Is this also in the submarine? Okay, in the submarine. There you go. Okay, moving on. We got Jill. Wow, look at that. You know, he's, by the way, I think is on the schedule for 4 p.m. tonight.
Correct.
In the Constellation Lounge.
It's going to be in the Constellation
Okay,
for the tea.
Jill, where are you? Jill, okay, she's over there. Got a microphone coming to
We've
you.
had, you know, great adventure and great experience.
Work the mic, eat it. There you go.
Eat it.
Like that.
Had
Put it
dinner-
right under your lips.
There we go. How's
There
that?
you go.
Is that better? So adventure, experience, but then you've got balance, perspective, and passion. And I really thought Stephen captures that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Jill. That's fantastic. And now we have Antoine. Okay, Antoine, where is Keenan? Or is he here? Keon, is he here?
With balance and
not here.
perspective, you have to have, add sound. There's Keon.
Yeah.
And Keon,
Supposed to say something?
No, no, you're
your
watching.
music is so beautiful. But if this picture actually, I thought about your relationship with your son, and it made me think about my relationship with my daughter Claire, who's on this trip, and I'm emotional just talking about it. But thank you so much, and I know we're going to hear more from you later tonight. But why don't you tell us how this makes you feel?
Oh, this feels incredible to be able to bring my son here.
Stand up, stand up. Come on, Keon.
And play with him. By the way, he was playing with his son for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah,
on
that
the
was
ship.
that was our first gig, so it was cool.
Together.
But, yeah, to share this experience with all these incredible explorers and, you know, space travelers and people who build the spacecrafts is just an amazing thing. I mean, as a jazz musician, my whole career is built on voyaging with sound. So, you know, to see you guys do it in the most incredible way, I'm just inspired, and I have so much to take, and my son as well. So I'm just happy to share this time with each and every one of you. It's been beautiful.
Awesome, Keon. All right.
Keon
Great.
will be playing tonight at 10:15 in where? In the club. 10:15 in the
all
club.
right. So you want to get wild again tonight? Okay, next
And is
photo.
like keeping me on the
We are
cracking
going.
the
We got to
whip.
get through everybody's photographs. We're going to run out of time. Carol, where are you, Carol? Come on, raise your hand. Where are you? Okay, come on. You got. Okay, wait. Coming to you with the mic. Okay, go for it.
This was the cookie decorating, obviously, that they had going on one day, and so I guess. Can you tell who they are? Is it right? Dr. Tyson, of course, on the left there, and he's on gingerbread because I think he's a little spicy. And
Who's that again? Who's that?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay,
yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, ladies and gentlemen. Neil, are you here? He has no comment. Yeah,
And
okay,
can't you see the resemblance?
Yeah.
And then?
Well, who do you think? We've got the logo there in the blue eyes. So of course that's Mr. Shatner.
Oh
and
man, that's you, William Shatner.
Yes.
Is that what I'm talking about? In your green
Yes.
Horizon outfit, you know, or green when you're flying, you know, and there you
Yes.
are with your blue eyes, your pretty
That's right.
eyes.
And
There
then
you
the
go.
star, of course, for outer space, and I kept them for an entire day, and then that night had the munchies, and
Oh my God! So it's a whole nother way of understanding the phrase "eat me."
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so-
there you go.
But it was
there
fun.
you go. Now you've seen it all, Bill. Any thoughts about this?
I've been misquoted again.
All right, okay, Daniel Chapnick. Wow, wow, look at that photograph. Those are some heroic images there. Go for it.
Yeah, so this was a special one for me since it was just moments away from stepping foot on my seventh continent. So I thought that was cool, just the whole approach with the penguins and everything.
Really cool, really cool. Right, you really make them look so heroic, and they are, because what was amazing is that you come to this kind of a trip, but you've got these men and women who are, under the worst of circumstances, are the ones you're going to be the ones you lean on. Okay, next photo. We have Amiko Kelly, who is Scott's wife and an amazing woman. Where are you, Amiko? Not here, right? Okay, but we know the photograph. We know the photograph. And this was Scott's wish, too, to come onto his last continent. So there you go. That's what that is. And then...
By the way, we have a video. It's not there, but Scott came out of the kayak and he said, I've experienced a lot of things in my life. This was the coolest shit ever.
Okay.
So we have him on quote.
Okay, okay, we got Julio. Where are you? Aha, the man. There you go, Julio. What's going on?
Well, it's me and my dad on our first excursion, I think in Elephant Island. My dad has to split trips with all my siblings, and I usually have to beat them with a stick that I can get onto the schedule. So just being here with my dad and being able to have a high adventure with him is just amazing. So this is definitely going to be something that I remember for the rest of my life, and it's going to be stories I tell to my kids and my grandchildren, all the way until the very end.
I got to say one thing. Everybody loves Julio. I mean, anyone would be proud to have this man as your son. Congratulations to you, right? Okay, Mitchell Feiner, where are you? Mitchell. Okay, Mitchell, MIA, maybe the boat. Oh, are you here? No, okay. Well, okay, we have Mitchell apparently, and his what I love about this photograph is you can see look at how close, how well that's defined. You've got the expedition leader giving a thumbs up for the landing. Okay, now we got Ron. Okay, Ron, where are you? Come on, Ron, you can't be... Ron left?
Ron's in the hot tub.
All right, that's perfect. Okay.
Okay, so this is just a fun picture on Christmas morning that my roommate, who's a great photographer, took. But I gave it a little bit of thought, and I know Christmas and Hanukkah might be the most special day of the year for a lot of you. And if you absolutely can't be with your family on Christmas and Hanukkah, because of the atmosphere that you all created, there is absolutely no better place on this planet or any other than right here.
Thank you. Well, it was a guarantee of a white Christmas, that's for sure. Okay, next one. Uh-oh, we're calling somebody over. You want to change the photograph? Okay, okay, Tyler. Tyler, where are you? That's a good photograph, Tyler. Let's go. Nat Geo quality.
Yeah, I think this was right outside of Whalers Bay, and I was on a Zodiac shooting a lot of folks, and quickly said, hey, how long till the next sub goes under? They said about 10, 12 minutes, so I went over to Kevin, said, hey, can I just come in and take a few photos before the next group goes and dives, and was chatting with Kevin Tuff, the pilot, and got his portrait in his office.
Amazing. Amazing. Abby, where are you? Abby, yes, let's run over there. Wait, do you have her? Nope. Okay, I'm running over. Yes, sirree, Bob. Come on, Abby. Tell me about this photograph.
All right, so this is on Deception Island and up at the top of the hike, and I was just looking back and around, and it looked so desolate and so vast. And then you had these joyful little orange-yellow jackets just bopping along, and I thought it kind of looked otherworldly, but also with this nice human touch to it. So
Absolutely. It would be the moon if there was water on the moon, right? Actually, it looks that desolate. Okay, anybody else? Let's take a look at Betsy. Where are you, Betsy? Is Betsy here? No. In a massage. Okay, Betsy's in a massage, but her husband is here, right? So why don't you talk to me, because you probably were with her. This is Alan.
We were just blown away, frankly, by the various configurations that the ice takes as it forms and then breaks away. And we were looking at crevices, and we know that from the history of exploration here, how difficult it is, and how many people lost their lives here just slipping on one of those things, and just how beautiful it is to look at in any event. So she picked that up, and it was beautiful. She likes the color blue as well. So.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's very old ice in there that's probably got the seawater coming up and melting. Okay, anybody else? What's our next picture? It is with Derek. That's stunning. Derek, where are you? You need to own this one because it's an amazing photograph. We'll just look at it for a minute.
It's just,
Derek,
enjoy it.
Please, nipples, would you stand up?
Derek, okay, Derek's here. Go ahead.
just enjoy it.
It's beautiful. And this is from a moving boat, right? You were moving when you took this picture? Okay. Oh, Friedrich. Where are you, Friedrich? Paul?
Our expedition leader, I'm not too sure he's here though.
Well, that's, you know, he's taking a picture of Oz, the ones he's mining, and you can just, minding, and you can see this long line up there. It's amazing. It's actually really beautiful from afar. Rochelle Ellis. That's an amazing moment. Where are you, Rochelle? Come on. Oh, there you are.
I caught the thief.
Yeah. No.
And I saw it in action. I saw him take the rock from one nest and then take it over to his, and everyone was screaming about it. It was a moment. Really great.
So remind me again what the whole story with the pebbles is. They're thieves from each other, so they're stealing pebbles from each other to make their nest with? Is that what they're doing? Yeah?
We call them opportunistic. not thieves.
Opportunistic. Yeah. Okay. Next photo is with Bettina. Bettina, are you here? This is stunning. Yeah. Come on. Here we go. Oh, here. Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Well, this trip has been just completely epic, but I really wanted to see the sunset, and I was meditating at 3:30 in the morning, and I saw this light coming through, and I go, oh no, really? And I went outside, and I took the picture, and I think that it speaks for itself. It's really the unity of all of us, and how the sun is there to keep us warm and to give us humanity, and how we're here today. So thank you so much.
Beautiful. Elizabeth Shatner, come on over here. Here we go. Here we go.
Elephant Island, and this was meaningful to me because it's really just awesome. It's not only represents the story of survival and the human spirit that Daniel was so speaking about with the monument there, but then it has our Earth's monument behind with all of the natural beauty. So being witnessed by a live inhabitant of the environment. And me. So it was from a zodiac, and it was just a moment in time where I thought, how ironic that the monument's eyes can't see, but the bird's eyes and my eyes and all of our eyes can see, and we can then appreciate what all of these men have gone through and what the power of nature, just the power of nature and the miracle that they survived, and that the miracle that we were there that day, that specific day.
So many layers to this photograph. So much story. Hey, Elizabeth, we're back at you, I think. You're coming back at you. Come back.
I'm very nervous standing up in front of people. So anyway, this is obviously the orcas. And just marveled that I had the opportunity to see them and to capture a family. So representative of what we've all heard here about how we're enjoying our families and the special moment that we got to witness seeing the whales and these orcas. And I guess it's very rare that we get to see them. In fact, we get to offer some of these photographs and videos we've taken for study. But right before the video, when we're waiting for them to surface, I was talking to them. I was just like, I'm sending you vibes, please come up, we're not hurting you. And who knows, maybe they listened. They came up and I got the shot.
Bravo. So I don't know, Bill. Seems like there's some more talent in your family than you're disclosing. Okay, you got some talent. Those are beautiful photographs. Okay, and now our final photograph, which is all of us. And I think the bottom line on all this is that it took everyone on this boat, as well as Antarctica.
I have one photograph to share.
Oh. It is,
Yes.
isn't it?
By the way, all of you will have those photos. We'll let you know. But yes.
This photo, yeah.
Let me just share something. You guys have heard me saying something about a satellite photo.
No, you're serious? What? Maybe you're not.
So,
That's not it.
yeah, that was a satellite photo.
Oh.
So, through the magic,
That's
through the
okay.
magic
We'll wait for
of.
you.
So, if you keep your eyes and you start to.
You've got to be kidding me.
This is where we are. We are at Port LaCroix.
You've got to be kidding me.
A little photo from space.
There we are. Fantastic.
And you can see our ship. You can see 2 zodiacs. You can see when the kayaks were being lined up.
Oh my gosh.
So so we did manage to get our satellite photo. Thank you for planets and for the ones. But yeah, this is us right here, Port LaCroix, and we got that little opening, and we're able to make it happen. So you will have that photo as a little gift to you.
And that's a wrap.
That's
There
a wrap.
You are. Well done. Well done. Congratulations.
No idea. Altitude of planets, satellites? Depends what orbit. Huh? He's out there. Anyone in the audience? We have a lot of brains in this audience. Anyone can tell me what those? No? No, this one. We'll find the answer. We'll have a conversation between Neil and Bill very soon. So have a glass of water, and then we'll see you soon.
Sent a photograph in, and we didn't get to use it. I apologize. I know that they're hoping to create a place, and they're going to announce it at some future place, where if you decide, we can still share and converse with each other. So I'm sorry if we didn't get to every single photograph, but we are out of time, and hope you understand. And thank you so much for playing our game. There you go.
450 kilometers.